of the sun
sunshine.
in the morning. Well, that's how we say good morning this morning on XX Files, where we shall be taking a look at the price of something very important. Very, very important. And if you don't know where you're listening to, then you're wrong. This is Premier FM 93.5, and I said this is XX Files, where we look at issues concerning women. We talk about everything and anything that has to do with the XX chromosome. My name is Olubukola Enimola. You are clocking it.
Clock it.
My name is Olubukola Enimola, and doing this with me as usual is I don't want to psych you up this morning.
Why not?
I don't want to psych you up this morning because you're putting on the fine jacket and you didn't bring my own.
Oh, it was supposed to be two.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The delivery man did not deliver on time, but he shall deliver. There shall be a deliverance.
Okay. Not deliverance. There will be a delivery. No,
let's do deliverance.
No, don't do deliverance.
Okay, it's good morning from me. My name is Judith Ojediro. It's a pleasure to be here once again on this week's edition of XX Files, where we shall be talking about the price of innocence. You say, why should innocence have price? Yeah, so there's a price tag on everything you do in life. The things young women go through because of their innocence and naivety is what we've come to talk about today.
And since time immemorial till date, young girls have been exploited and their innocence is being used against them because they decide to trust someone, whether older or even their peer. It could be anybody, actually. It could be an uncle, it could be a classmate, it could be even a parent. You can imagine. It could be a celebrity, it could be a colleague, and some cases quite dreadful and disappointing. Religious leaders too.
People you look up to.
People you look up to that you feel your children can feel safe around. You find out that you were actually very wrong.
We've gone past that time where you feel that your children or you yourself is safe around somebody or religious leaders. But then, all the same, today we're just trying to, or before we even came up to talk about this, we've ruminated about it. We've talked. In fact, it took us time to be able to say, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Just like
though we've talked about it, some time back in the days.
Yes, but we
need
because
to
this
talk
is
about it
fresh again. Let's refresh. Just like many other girls, there's this, of course, trending news of a young lady whose life was cut short after she decided to trust a content creator. In quotes. If you haven't heard about the pathetic story, or perhaps you're familiar with it already, I feel we should just go over it again.
Refresh.
And hear the pathetic story of this young lady.
This will be the last video of me, the whole world. Last video of me, the whole world will be seeing. But after you will be seeing this video, I'm already dead. And because of my death, is Otoku Asaba. He's dead.
Well, talking about Favor Asagba, we just couldn't continue with that video anymore. It's too emotional. But then let's just summarize. She's just a young 20-year-old girl, trying to make ends meet, and then she found this content creator she had been following, and seeing his page, see what it does, and she just decided to DM him and say, please, how can I make money? I want to make money. And a lot of people have been trying to help, but there's this recent person that tried to help me, and he said I should come to Abuja, but she said she had already clocked his intention, and that the intention was to get down with her, which she was not ready to do. And Odogwu Asaba suggested to her that don't let anybody get down with you. Come to Asaba. I'll teach you how to make money, via social media. And she agreed. She thought she had seen a Messiah, a savior that would take her out of whatever financial burden she was going through, and she wanted to just learn something. So she went, and unfortunately she was given an address, which was a hotel. She felt, they were going to shoot a content there, still anticipating. And she got there. The guy said she should come to the hotel room, and that was it. That was how Favor became unfortunate. This man, lured her to rape, and she, in fact, before he wanted to get down with her, she said, please, if there's something I need to tell you, I'm a virgin. And you know what, this is so pathetic. He said, in fact, it's because she's a virgin that he wants to do this thing right now. So it's unfortunate. And unfortunately, at some point, I think she started bleeding. She bleeded, and she was just asking money for medication. The guy did not send anything aside maybe money for Tife, 10K, 10K somewhere, And unfortunately, she just could not, go on with the shame, with the judgment from people, from society, from her family, and she ended it. She
couldn't take it, and she ended it. That's very sad. That's very pathetic. But come to think of it, how can someone, a celebrity in quotes, that is supposed to be sort of a role model, that's supposed to protect, at least people are looking up to him.
That's
how
what we're discussing today.
How can he, do that? That's very wrong. Forget about the fact that he's a celebrity. Anyway, we know that he's human. Anyway, though they are not perfect, and ring light when making content and everything does not mean that you are a saint or you are a perfect person. So, I would just say it's a terrible act, from the devil. Humans, at times, when you see them, they look good, but they might have bad intentions in the mind.
Well, the thing is, it took advantage of her innocence and vulnerability. From what she said, all he thought was just, maybe you could.
And he did what's done. Forget about it. He did it, and that is what we are talking about. No matter what the intention of the girl was, she had good intentions, but he had bad intentions.
Well, the backlash is that she couldn't process what he was about to do before we judge her. Don't forget, according to research, a 20-year-old frontal cortex, that is a part of the brain, develops into adulthood between the age of 25 and 30. And that's why you see some young adults act irrationally sometimes. Blame it on the underdeveloped frontal cortex, not them per se. So Odogwu Asaba decided to be an Odiegu, somebody we call an irresponsible man, not an odogu, which
Turned
is
himself
meant to
into,
be
anyway, they say
a
they have
gentleman.
demons. He decided to be a demon in
That's
that instance.
just it. So he had a premeditated plan, and it worked well. Don't forget, there's always consequences for every action, and I'm sure he's going to pay the consequences in full.
All right. Ira Star says animals, they in human form. You
No
know,
be
some
lie.
people truly forget what it means to be human. And in regards to this issue, my emotions are just bad right now. They are just rushing. I think Ira Star should come in and, cool me down. All right. Ira Star, over to you.
Premier FM 93.5.
Sabi girl no dey too like talk. Animals dey in human form. Body man nobody like walk, but you must hustle if you want job. You no finish they won't fight us. If them they run them no fit catch up. I know they form say I too righteous. No con they form say you too like us. Me no get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah, what they want telling me could deny my fantasy. They want to check if my tap be no wrong. But it they rush, well, it be much. Now gotta make my tap be the rush. The kind money we touch, yeah. It they rush, well, it be much. No be hype, everybody they crush. There's no darling with us.
Yeah, our star there saying it did rush. Although we are not in a rush yet, as we are ready to trash this issue step by step. Just
yes.
that sometimes when words alone cannot be enough, when words fail, music captures emotions the way words can't.
Absolutely. It can be emotional when the people who are supposed to feel safe around, or who we are supposed to feel safe around, can sometimes become the very ones
Exactly.
traumatizing us.
Well, that's why these conversations like this matter.
And do you know that approximately 33% of women are rape survivors, and these rape survivors contemplate suicide, and around 13 of women rape survivors attempt suicide. Overall survivors are 10 times more likely to attempt suicide compared to those who have not experienced sexual assault. Very, very disheartening.
That's so sad to hear, but it reminds us that behind every statistics is someone silently carrying a burden they cannot, they never choose. See, this is why compassion, support, and justice matters in such situation and not criticism.
It's not a time to say what were you wearing? Where did you go?
Why didn't you know it
Why
was a
did
hotel
you
before
this?
you went
Why
there?
did you? After all, he already told you that he wanted to do. Why did you go
Why did
to
you
meet
go?
him eventually? All sorts of
Let's
questions.
deal with it. Let's deal with the
deal with the
monsters.
monsters. Yes, they really matter. And I stumbled on another recent story of a girl who was also raped, but she actually did something different.
Oh, really? What did she do?
Let's hear from the horse's mouth now. Let's hear from the girl.
My daughter.
Good evening. Depending when this video was sent you for AP, it took me some days, it took me some time, and I have to put myself together and make this video. And I promised myself I'm not going to cry while doing this video. There is this particular guy, he followed me on TikTok and we started chatting and everything. So he was not pleading that he wants something serious, that he wants intentional love, he wants things to work out, but he needs something serious. And he was not begging me that he likes me and everything. So I was not paying attention. The extent he traced while I was working because he introduced himself to me and I did the same. So this guy has been pleading and everything that please. So and I said, okay, what will happen that Monday is going to be okay because I'm not going to work on Monday. Monday so we can talk. You get? So he came and picked me that he wants to go and visit his friend. That I should follow him. I did because his friend gave birth, so visit most of his friends. So after that, he was not saying that please can we go to his house because it was already late. That please, that he wants us to have a serious conversation. He wants something serious. They want to talk to me and everything. That please, I said no. And he now said that my mind should not go there. It's not about sex. If he says he can get it anywhere. And I said, what do you mean by that? That please drop me. Or we said no. That please, this guy started begging that he's not going to touch me. Nothing is going to happen. That I should believe when he says so. I said, okay, no problem. So when we get to his house, so his friend came, so they were watching ball. He said I should go and take my bath and relax and sleep. So he came back and said I should not forget that he's going to wake me up. After watching the football match, he's going to wake me so we can have a serious talk. I said, okay, no problem. So around after 3, this guy woke me up. So okay, he was not telling me this guy started questioning me, started telling me that he wants something serious, blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay, I've heard you. He now started touching me. I said, no, this is not what we agreed on. You remember what he told me? This guy started changing topic that any woman that love a man with open leg. I said, just like that. You don't change matter so fast like that. No, don't be faster than your shadow. Calm down. This guy said that okay, I should hug him. I did hug him. So he now said that if I don't like you, I will not be here. In fact, my body go dey pepper me. So this guy started telling me that a woman that love a man with open leg will give him sex. And I said that this is not the time. You get, just calm down. That's what I told him. So this all of a sudden, the guy said I should calculate all we ate. I should calculate what he gave me and everything. And I said, are you serious? And I said, yes, that he mean it, that she do it now. I was like, okay. I calculated everything was 15K. When I mean everything was 15K. So he said I should send the money. He called the account. I was like, God, I don't have the money now. Now what will happen? This week I'm going to give you the money. And I said, how is he going to get his money? He's a very busy man. That I should call my friends, that he mean it. So and I picked my phone off. I said, let me call my bestie to beg her for money. This guy dragged my phone, started beating me, started hitting me. Look at my eye. This guy started beating me. My face was swollen. Like I said before, it took me some days to do this video. My face was swollen. My head is swollen. I wasn't getting myself. This guy took my face. This guy was hitting my face on the wall. The extent he carried my face, put on the floor, was using his leg to match on my face. Look at, you can see the red. This one is going inside small. This guy was beating me non-stop. The extent he went inside the kitchen and brought knife out that he's going to kill me and nobody will come for my rescue. That now I'm an orphan because I'm an orphan and nobody will hear me because nobody cares about me. This guy beats me up. He raped me. Like he was raping me, he was beating me. The extent blood was coming out from my mouth. I was pleading. I was shouting. Nobody could hear my voice. This guy did a lot of things. The necklace my grandmother gave me before she died, because it's my grandmother that brought me up. This guy, like, he dragged the necklace from my neck. If you go to my page and watch my video, you will see a particular necklace I always wear. That is the necklace my grandmother gave me before she died. This guy dragged the necklace from my neck that I'm.
That's just another emotional story. The fact that we said animals day in human form, you see, it's no lie. It's no lie. We have a lot of them, even suited up, cacked up, thinking they are human beings. So we just have to be careful out there.
That's
be
it.
very, very careful.
Be very, very careful. That's just it. As women, we need to be careful.
And don't be shameful
As
about
girls,
it. Say it out.
please
Get the
be
necessary
careful
help.
and get help. Immediately it happens, make sure that you get help. Well, I won't say people don't like going out because of one reason or the other. Probably because they won't get justice. But at least try, get help. Well, we are talking about, the price of innocence today, and it's been so pathetic. There's so many things to talk about, how these people can be brought to justice, and how women or girls should protect themselves against such. All right, well, we went to the street to question, because we asked ourselves, these stories that go viral, what should we go about it? You would think people should, give us their own voice about exploitation. What is making people vulnerable to exploitation these days? Well, let's take it listen.
Especially
to
young
what,
ladies.
Exactly, to what we actually came back with.
Lack of money can make you engage yourself in some evil things, Number 2 should be peer pressure.
Past trauma can make boundaries harder to set, and sometimes it's not really the woman's fault.
I think it's because of lack of awareness, maybe poverty and stuff like that.
Unemployment, lack of job opportunities may push women into accepting risky jobs. So lack of them.
Misinformation online, like when people put out fake promises and scholarship or anything that could make girl want to reach out to the person.
When a young lady is unemployed, it will lead to poverty, and which the result to so many things. And my number 2 is family problems. Sometimes most young ladies don't have fatherly love in their lives, so they prefer to seek attention from other male, and which at the end they get exploited.
Limited knowledge of their rights. They feel like they do not have the right to say no and report harassment. So this make it very easy for other people to take advantage of them very easily.
Peer pressure. Friends or social group may influence risky decisions.
Family problem can make a woman to be vulnerable. For instance, if there is no support or protection at home, they may trust the wrong people.
Young women become vulnerable to exploitation because of poverty, unemployment, prayer group, and false promises for a better life.
False promises for a better life.
So at this point, I just feel that we should take it easy on ourselves. Those were the team that went out to get people's opinion on why do girls or young ladies feel vulnerable and exploited.
Sometimes if life throws lemons at you, make yourself a lemonade with it. Also, it is safe to say that if life throws you, if you don't have lemon, definitely you should be able to get a fortete.
Absolutely.
Slice it, add some ingredients, onion, dry fish, and at the end of the day, you brace up, tell yourself you can do it no matter what.
Absolutely.
It could be an inspiration to someone due to what you're able to make out of the tough situations that come your way. So the excuses of, I'm an orphan, I don't have people to take care of me, I have to take care of my 10 younger ones. That's why I decided to. Those should not be excuses in this age and time. Our girls should wake up.
Aside that, Buki, with all being said, parents should bond well with their children so that they can know what's actually going on in their lives. That's it.
Very important. And we should make sure that we befriend our children. Whenever there's a grooming stage for this thing.
Yes, so
there's a grooming stage for those that rape. So at that stage, if really they are communicating with someone in their life, they would not fall prey in the first place.
Exactly.
So
we should
as
close
guardians, as parents, let us be close to our children. And it's not just whenever we are on XX Files, we try to balance things.
Yes.
We are mothers to boys. We are mothers to sons.
This is why I think
so. We should take up that responsibility of taking care of our sons, making sure that they do not join those that have that mentality and then become rapists. And don't forget, not only boys are raped, though. I mean, girls are raped, though.
Yes,
boys too are raped.
That is it. That's why.
So we need to be very, very mindful.
It is appropriate for us to discuss this next week. So if you are a boy mom, this is the time. Tell another boy mom to tell another boy mom that we shall be discussing educating our boys on sexuality and respect for girls and themselves.
Very
too.
important. Very, very important.
Yes. So next week we'll do this.
We'll do that.
So don't fail to join us. Don't fail to tune in to Premier FM 93.5. Join us next week for another interesting package, and we'll come your way again. The production crew comprise Sandra
Inzia, Gujadesola Bello.
Yes.
And the script was written by
Joy Babalola and Isheoluwa John, and it was produced by Sheyi Oweye.
Yeah, remember, only you yourself, the person you admire or trust, might be a monster in disguise. So only you yourself is the one that knows your mind. So you're only safe with only you. And there are times even with you need to be very careful so that the monster and you won't come and say they have demons. No, be us, we know they get demons. So be vigilant. My name is Olubukola Enimola. See you next week.
And I'm Judith Ojediran. Innocence is a beautiful thing, but in wrong hands it becomes a weapon. Be careful.